I used to think that Judgment and these long name spin-offs wouldn't change much and would just reuse the latest maps again and again. I thought they'd go like, we already made Ijincho in Yakuza 7, let's just reuse it a bit more. And I was so sure that like 90% of the game would take place in Ijincho, and I was fine with that. I really love Ijincho. But the studio didn't do that. They went and reused Sotenbori from 0, 2, and 5 for the 4th time. Fifth! While Ijincho is right there as a massive map, we only visit at the beginning. And then it's basically full Stomber after that. The only reason I even started pushing through this game was because I wanted to get to Yakuza 8. I was already tired of playing the same combat style with Kiryu. Of course, it's not just one style anymore. He also has a new agent style, but I didn't really like it at first. It felt like kind of childish and weird to use. But as I unlock more abilities, I started to see how good it actually is. I guess I can ignore how silly it looks. You know, in story, Kiryu is basically a god, but in gameplay, it feels like that untouchable version of Kiryu disappears. He gets ragdolled by every hit. He still feels strong against enemies, but not like Yagami from Judgment, who can wipe out 10 enemies in 2 seconds with flashy effects. Kiryu doesn't just feel powerful in the cutscenes anymore, he is insanely in gameplay too. Now we finally have lore accurate Kiryu. He's literally a god. He drops nukes, swings around like Spider-Man, and my favorite part is throwing gadgets and letting them do the all work. They even added a mechanic where you grapple items from sailing, and because of that, I spent half the game just staring at the roofs. Oh my god, the child's ball is stuck on a tree. I gotta get that. I need to. Okay, that's my ball now. The story is about Kiryu's life after his death in Yakuza 6 and everything he's been dragged into since. It's not a spoiler, he's literally alive in the cover. At this point, just assume Kiryu can stay dead. A bomb goes off, it's horrors. He gets stabbed, credits roll, and then we learn he's still alive after that. Yakuza 6 ended way too abruptly for me. The final didn't feel satisfying. I could use more proper ending for him. Even though the story didn't fully hook me up, there were still really nice scenes like going out with your homies and suddenly spending 30 million yen in one night. Ignore my terrible character gameplay, by the way. I couldn't focus. I thought, okay, this is actually going too well. Then in chapter 5, I got hit with a final chapter jump scare. Normally Yakuza games end around chapter 13. There's a Coliseum mode. A ring is basically a must in Yakuza games, but the atmosphere even better. The character select screen is hilarious too. Yakuza games are really good shitposts. My biggest issue is that there aren't enough per-render cutscenes. You know, most of them are those in-engine skip type scenes. Also, they really need to stop tying heat actions to a single button again. They fixed this in Judgment, but now it's back. Maybe I want to do a heavy attack, not a heat action. Why is it the same input?